Former President Barack Obama ramping up his support for Vice President Kamala Harris. He's holding a rally in Las Vegas this Saturday, which is also the first day of early voting in our state. Joining me now to talk more about this high-profile visit and what's at stake, Eric Holder, who served as Attorney General under the Obama administration. Thank you so much, Mr. Holder, for joining us. We really do appreciate you taking the time to talk to us ahead of this visit. I want to start with this. How important is early voting in a crucial state like Nevada?
Well, Nevada is the most diverse of the battleground states, and it's important that everybody has the opportunity to make sure that their voices are heard. By voting early, it's almost a protective thing. You make sure that if there's any problem with dealing with election officials or with regard to having necessary ID, you get there early and there's an issue, that means you can come back the next day, later in the same day. Voting early, I think, is extremely important. It's something that I do. I make sure that I vote early so that my vote is actually cast and then is actually counted.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I've talked to a number of local people who say the same thing. They vote early because they just want to make sure that they get that vote in. And since we are a battleground state, a key one for that matter, what message does former President Barack Obama need to bring to the voters here in order to try to boost turnout for Vice President Harris?
Well, I think what you're going to hear Barack talk about are the different visions that the candidates have. I mean, the Trump campaign has a very dark vision. He talks about carnage and all kinds of negative things in this country. He describes his fellow citizens as vermin, as enemies. Kamala Harris, by contrast, has a vision, a better vision for this nation. Has concrete plans to help people with housing, to make sure that healthcare is still something that is at the top of the agenda. That she wants to make sure that women don't lose their reproductive rights. There's a whole variety of things that show that Kamala Harris has, as I said, a good vision for this nation and takes into account the diversity of this nation when she formulates the plans that make her not a good president. I think she's going to be a great president.
All right, so that's what he's going to be doing to try to bring that message home. How does she get that message out, especially in this final stretch?
Well, I think by being there, this will be, I think, when she gets there, again, this will be like her 10th visit to Nevada. I'm not sure Donald Trump has much of a presence in the state. And I think so being there and listening to people, you can't underestimate what those interactions are like as you're doing a rope line. I mean, I've done this, or you're talking to people and you hear their individual concerns. So listening, taking in information, but then also sharing with the people of this great state, what it is that she wants to do, how she wants to build on that which she has accomplished as vice president and take the nation even to a better place with some really concrete plans that she has shared. And again, in stark contrast to the vision or lack of vision that Donald Trump has, and take into account all the people who've been closest to him have said he's not fit to be president. He should not have another 4 years. Whereas you have Republicans saying that they do support Kamala Harris, as well as a unified Democratic Party. So it's a clear choice.
All right, time's running out, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the controversy that has swirled recently around Obama. Some people criticizing black men regarding their eroding support for Harris. What do you think about this controversy?
Well, I certainly think it's certainly something we should talk about, and making sure that people are making, black men, black women, Americans in general, making informed decisions. And he was expressing a concern that he saw in some of the polling that black men were either not going to participate or, from my perspective, make a mistake and vote for Donald Trump. Kamala Harris has come up with a plan for black men that focuses on the health issues that we face. Has come up with ways in which she's going to make small business loans available for black entrepreneurs, focused on mentorship programs so that people in the African-American community, black men in particular, will have opportunities that they do not otherwise have. So I think she has, listened to the concerns that some have and come up with concrete plans to deal with those concerns.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Holder, for us, the former U.S. Attorney General. Thank you again for sharing some of your insights with us, and we certainly appreciate the time.
All right, thanks for having me.